Well, it's the beginning of part 2. This is how the engine is being wired. If I can get my pointy thing in here. This solder mark goes into an insulated wire plug that goes into the Tsunami, and the tender itself picks up the other half of the power off the track. The brown and orange wire go and solder to the motor, and the motor then has Kapton tape around it, which is similar to Scotch tape, only it's supposed to have like a 6,000 volt arc safety net on it. The other two wires, the white and the blue wire, are the lighting. And if I move over here, the lighting goes in through my boiler, a little bit of weight there, and then to the end of this. And let me get this cable out of the way here, maybe. So anyway, that's the way that is. Now I would like to show you, for some reason I have a need to go ahead and program my engine number into my controller. So that's what we're going to do next. Now I know a lot of people have had trouble with that, and truthfully, the first time I did it, it took me about 3 months to get it right, and I still needed to buy another Tsunami because I goofed that thing up pretty good, ruined it. So at any rate, and then we'll talk about lights and stuff like that later. Okay, well, I've got my tender hooked up to power, and I've got the frame of the locomotive hooked up to power, and I'm going to go over here and we can listen at this point. Alright, and just turn on the power. This is power to my track, more or less, and you can hear the thing running. Now if I touch this one to my driver down here, it will also run it, so that's good. I've tested that. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to add my loco number 20 to my transmitter here. And you know, the programmers, and I can see why some have a little trouble, but I mean, addressing my decoder's address means almost absolutely nothing to me. I have an address where I live, but at the same time, the number of my phone is my phone number. So I can kind of see where they get an address for this thing. I can't come up with a better name. But at any rate, this is a sheet of paper that you get with your Tsunami, so, or your S CAB, I'm sorry. So it says number 1. Let's come over here and you turn it on. That would be the lower switch here that turns on the cab. Now if you want to do the CV, you flip it up. Now this thing actually comes on the, we'll call it engine number 3, which is what all your Tsunamis are going to come on. And so if I switch this back to cab, I got power, and then I've got all of these wonderful little buttons here. So it says, and I've highlighted this to help me, it says switch throttle on and off to make sure L3 is displayed. Now we've already done that a couple times. I don't know if we can see L3 on there. Yeah, there we go, L3. And then it says move the mode switch to CV. Now that must be this top one here. So we moved that to CV, and it says press the all key. Now reading the fine print over here will just confuse everything, but basically this just means that if you have your other engines on and they're radioactive kind of thing, not, you know what I mean, then they're all going to switch to whatever number we put in there. But since I don't have any other ones in other engines that I have turned on, I don't have any engines at all, then the alt key works. Now it says press the C pound key. I think that's this one, C pound, and the next one is C minus, or equals, sorry. So I just push that one, and then it says use numeric pad to put in the number 8, for example. Well, my engine's number 20, so I'm going to put in 20, number 20. Where am I here? Okay, press the enter key, which I did. Now this thing comes up. If it's really hard to see with this lights on, but there's a number 20 on there. And return the switch back to cab. Okay, now you heard a little bump over there. It's like they switched the reverse handle on it, and it says send direction to speed control. So I'm going to flip over here, and hot damn, that works. Now let's see if it actually works. So I'm going to go turn my track power off. I'm going to take my magic wand, turn it off, and then just to see if it works, I'm going to turn this light off up here. Sorry about the jiggly camera. No, that one wasn't the one that needed to be off. Well, okay, we'll do this one. So, all right, now we're going to start from scratch. We're going to see if number 20 works. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to turn my track power on. Okay, we heard the track power come on. Now I'm going to put this in. I'm going to turn this on. Cab mode. And it says somewhere down here, it says you push, to get your loco number, you push loco number. Now that sounds kind of reasonable. And then 20, enter. Now that popped off the L3 and put a 20 in there. Now nothing happened. So what you have to do is you have to give it some kind of control to make it work. Okay, did you hear that? So now you are hooked to that. Without pushing that throttle up or some other button on here, you would be, it will not work. And that's, this is all done through experience. And then of course we have the bell and the generator come on. Whatever whistle comes with the number 3, because I want to program this for my number 20, and so forth. And then there's my turn off for my my generator for my lights. So that's all there is to it. And I know that, I mean, it took me 3 months to get through this and actually figure out what it meant. So anyway, we will continue this later. Okay, I got the engine put back together so that it actually works, and the boiler screwed on and everything. So it's my number 20. And this is how you get them running after you've figured out how to get them running. So I'm going to come down here. I got to turn on my power and then my controller. Okay, listen to that. Now this is the important part. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to just switch my direction control or my power. In this case, I'm going to do my direction. Oh, it helps if I turn my... I haven't acquired a loco yet, so, you know, sometimes things happen like that. Okay, I'm going to push loco, 20, enter. Check to see if it's got my loco number in it. Yeah, number 20. It's hard to see in this light. And this is what I want you to listen to. Okay, did you hear that? If it doesn't do that, you aren't connected. So you have to do some command to make some noise. So here we go. Whoops. Let me do reverse here. Fast, isn't it? So now this is without any programming. All we're going to do is take what the number 3, what the thing comes out to, and we're going to come around here and look at the lumbering pile, and the train's running underneath the scenery right now. This is going to be a short trip for us. Of course, I like to watch my trains run. walking across, crawling across the trestle. Then we go through another tunnel. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I'm going to turn on my generator. There comes the light. Now, oops. Gotta get that momentum fixed. Looks like my rails are a little narrow here. I'm putting in a bridge. Oh, that'd be so cool to go through this bridge. Alright, I'm going to switch directions. I'm going to try to program it so it's a little dimmer. So, at any rate, that's it. I'm going to call it quits. I got the train running. The next video will be something about programming it. So, see ya. Oh, I forgot. I was going to go over that, how to turn this thing off again, because if you get confused, you're going to really screw things up. So anyway, remember, if you want to turn it off, you got to turn off the power to your track. And now it's running on battery power. And this thing really doesn't matter if you got it on or off. It doesn't really matter. And then you take your magic wand and you turn it off. And then you can turn this off or before or after. And that's how it's done. I will see you in the next video.